Welcome to my world, everyone. How are you guys doing today? And these are batteries. Yes, we know. Well, these batteries are from my computer. I actually had to replace them not too long ago because I had messed up the computer. I am sorry about that. That is part of the reason why this video is late. Okay, let's carry on. To my story, it is called The Easter Bunny and His Daughter. In a land not so far away, but actually, when I say that, I mean a lot closer than you think. You see, it could be on the hill by the tree stump, or it could be in a mosh pit in the middle of nowhere, but it could also be your neighbors, or by that stream that you really like with the pretty bridge. Well, you know, it could be anywhere. But back to the story. In a land not so far away, there was a man named Dr. Noah Hunter. People knew him as the Easter Bunny. Well, the people who didn't know him knew him as the Easter Bunny, but the people who did, they called him Doctor. Why a bunny, you might be asking? Well, his loving wife, March, gave it to him. He loved bunnies and anything cute, but specifically bunnies, and he was always in a hurry, so what better than the Easter Bunny? He's a pretty serious guy, though. And he always had to live in the reality of things. Unfortunately, reality wasn't all that kind, you see. The reality was that March, well, she wasn't in the best of health. She never let it get her down because, of course, she was strong and beautiful and smart and, well, she believed in the things that she loved, and she believed that if she loved them enough, she'd stick around for them. She was starting to fall in love with something all new and something that she knew she absolutely couldn't miss. One word: April. Noah never really liked April. He thought it was a bother of a month. Ugh, April. What's in it, April Fools? He never took it all that seriously, but March, well, March really loved April. She was so fond of it, in fact, she made chocolates every April since she was little. You see, she always used to make chocolates with her mother, and her mother always told her to make them with love. But one April 4th, well, the town realized she wasn't making chocolate. Actually, she was nowhere to be seen. But of course, Mr. Easter Bunny knew where she was. March was in a hospital. Well, giving birth to the happiest thing she ever thought she'd lay her eyes on. April. She was born a happy baby with big blue eyes as blue as the sky and as open as a clear sea. They were as shiny as the sun at the beach, and, well, her smile was adorable too. April was March and Noah's happiest moment. Unfortunately, March wasn't strong enough. She passed when April was only 5, but they like to think that she's looking down on them. Although Noah was devastated that his loving wife, March, was gone, he had to be there for his little chickadee April. He loved her. And in honor of March, every year, in April, of course, they would make chocolate. Not just chocolate for the town, though. They'd make chocolate for the whole world. Noah decided that after March was gone, he would make the best of the tradition that they had made. He would make the biggest company for every chocolate factory ever, and he would make every child love it. In fact, only in April, he'd even deliver it. But of course, he'd deliver it with his daughter. his daughter April. So, on the occasion that April does get to help with making chocolates, you might want to watch out because somehow she makes them spicy. Or they also come out with some weird flavors. You see, unlike her mother, April isn't all that good at making chocolate. She loves it though, but it never quite tastes right. On the other hand, she's really good at decorating, and she's even really good at making cute gadgets with her little chick, Bolt. She named him that after his funny hairdo, and, well, if you couldn't tell, she absolutely loves chickens. Little chicks of any type are adorable to her, just like how bunnies are adorable to Noah. So, as I was saying, April loves doing things with her father. It's not always easy though, since he does run a really big chocolate company. But, in April, of course, her and her dad will go out and deliver chocolates together. April always makes sure to make a whole bunch of gadgets to make it nice, quick, and fast. She loves it, and her dad thinks that the creative side of her is adorable. It reminds him of March. And it's always nice to see someone work so hard on something. So of course, they always try to make it work, but sometimes it doesn't quite work out, because with April's gadgets, it either works real well, or it falls apart when you touch it. That's just how she is. April is really good at making sure that the eggs don't look too plain, or that her gadgets are nice and colorful. But sometimes, it's not so easy. Her eggs come out plain, or her chocolates don't come out, well, they come out worse than usual. And sometimes it's just because she gets carried away with her robots or her gadgets, or maybe she's trying to make weird chocolate again. With the help of her dad, though, one of these days she'll get better. One of these days. You might never see them, but they're there. Appreciate them. Love holidays. That's what they do. They love. Loving is important. It helps you fight for things. It gives you strength. So, like this family, a duo, these two will work together for a really long time. Even though they're opposites sometimes, they have each other. And that's important. So, moral of the story, everyone. Care for your family. And just because it might not be a holiday that you celebrate, appreciate it. Alright. I hope you guys like my story about March, April, and Noah. I'm still drawing the characters, so I do have some music in the background if you guys want to listen to that, but I actually want to explain some little details that I put in there just for, I guess you could say, an Easter egg. So, March, I of course named her because March is the month right before April, and I named their daughter April, not just because it's the month after March, but also because I thought it would be kind of cute for her name to be April Hunt, because you think April Hunt and you think Easter Hunt, right? So, don't you think that's cool? You guys will soon see that I gave her a little chick, and I also incorporated him into the story. You guys kind of met him. His name is Bolt. He's got a funny hairdo. He'll be sitting on her shoulder. I also had a whole lot of notes. That's what you guys will see at the end. I had a lot of notes for these characters, and I actually really love them. I feel like my storytelling for them wasn't the best, but I feel like I absolutely got the point across that they're a loving family and that things weren't always all that amazing for them, but they always stood up to it and faced it head on and still loved everything around them. I kind of wanted to touch down on her father a little more because I feel like I didn't talk about him enough in the story since the story was mostly about April. So his name is Noah Hunt, and as you can see, he doesn't really have a month as a name. I wanted someone to have a normal name, right? So he does have a doctorate, that's why people do call him Doctor. He also really likes engineering, kind of just like his daughter, April. April actually got it from him. He is also called a doctor because when he was younger, he was going to go to medical school to become a doctor because he wanted to help cure his wife, March. But March said that, well, she was important and their life together was important. There wasn't really much he could do for her. So she told him to do exactly what he loved. And what he loved was being with her and supporting her and, well, making chocolate with her. So, of course, he didn't go to med school, but instead he did engineering, and he also did business, so he's got a business degree, just so he can make his company, Easter Co. He made his company, Easter Co., with his wife, March, and they actually ran it until April was born. So around the time when April was starting to grow up, March knew that she was getting weaker, so she decided to let Noah take care of Easter Co. But best believe Marge still gave it her all to make chocolates for the town that they lived in, and she was also really loving with her daughter. She stopped doing the whole Easter Co. business when March's daughter April turned about 3, and then of course we know that when April was 5, March passed away, which was sad, and I'm kind of sad that I couldn't make it sound more sad because, like, when I was writing this, I was really sad that it happened because I was like, how are you gonna write a story like this? And then, like, someone so amazing as March just dies. But, like, I wanted to make it dramatic too. So I hope you guys liked it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of information that I gave you more on the family. And yes, I will let you guys listen to the music now, and you guys should see the finishing project soon. So thank you guys so much for listening to my story and my character development with them. And I will see you guys later. Bye.